About the man who is president and CEO of one of the greatest spots in the Des Moines area. We're talking about the Blank Park Zoo, and this place has blossomed so much in the past 5 years. And Mark Vukovich is here. Good to see you, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and things really have changed over the
Yes,
past
we
4 or
have.
5 years.
5 years ago, we bought the zoo back from the city of Des Moines and started an expansion project, and we've spent money like we were crazy.
Yeah, but seriously, that's when everything started to turn around, because the zoo was okay. You know, you have to admit, it was okay, but it wasn't anything that people went out of their way to go attend, and now it is.
Well, we've grown quite a bit, and we've added a lot of exhibits, and we've upgraded the facilities, and so yeah, it's been fun.
For example, what is going on in the past 5 years?
Well, if you go to the roll, we have some pictures of what we're doing, have done in the last 5 years. First would be interactives. We like to think that everywhere you go in the zoo, you'll learn something. And we've had some great sponsors, and we've spent about $500,000 on interactives. So every single exhibit has something in it you'll learn from. Here's our quarantine building. In the zoo world, when you get an animal from another zoo, so you don't spread any strange illnesses, you keep the animal in quarantine between 30 and 90 days, depending where it came from and what kind of animal. And before you can grow a zoo, you have to have a facility to keep the animals in when they get here. So that'd be that. Roofs, we have about 34 buildings, and I think we've re-roofed about 30 of those buildings. So metal roofs, so it'll last 30 or 40 or 50 years, and we think the whole zoo looks the same now. And
everything is uniform.
Yeah, uniform and built to last.
The first exhibit we did was Australia. We made it into an interactive exhibit where you walk into what would seem like an Australian red path, and the wallaby and the emu are bouncing around and running around you unattached to any kind of caging. And when you get to the building, it looks like a outback ranch house, and there are interactives telling you about Australia in the front, about Captain Cook finding Australia, about the Aboriginal people. You can make a boomerang, feed a parakeet, see some very unique people, animals, including the cassowary, which is one of the most rarest birds in the world. And so that was our first new exhibit about 5 years ago.
And a great one and a cool. I love the parakeet house. It's a lot of fun.
It's amazing. As many times as we go out there, and we go out there quite a bit in the summer, as we'll talk about more coming up, I always learn something new or see something I hadn't seen before.
We redid our macaque exhibit. That's the snow monkeys. It's one of the great exhibits that we have because it's the only primate that can be out all winter long. We put in an old growth log with mirrored glass so kids can come face to face with the snow monkey and the snow monkeys can't see them.
You have some babies out there now too.
We have 3 babies that are approaching their year birthday that are very interactive, and we believe we have 2 more on the way. So that'll be fun too.
Everyone loves babies.
Everybody loves babies.
Yeah.
Sea lion pool, we
this.
tore it out, put a new sea lion pool in with underwater viewing. The shade structures are to protect the sea lion's eyes and keep the water from getting too warm in the summer.
Okay.
We have 2 seals that were rescue animals and 3 sea lions, 2 which are rescue animals, and we think Ross and Maru, our seals, are starting to become more than just friends.
Friends with benefits.
So we like to think that maybe next summer we'll have little seals running
There you go.
when you come to our zoo, we obviously put a new interest in with a park and a playground, and you can have a picnic there and overlook one of the only free exhibits in a zoo in North America. We have Bactrim camels from the Gobi Desert in Mongolia for those young fellows.
Now explain what you just said. You said that really quickly. You said that one of the only free exhibits.
As you come into the zoo, you will see that exhibit. There's no charge. If you're going to the airport to pick up grandma, you can come play at the playground and watch the camels run around. This summer we're adding Saurus cranes, which are a year-round crane that is 7 foot tall with an 8-foot wingspan.
Wow.
That'll be wandering around with the camels.
Oh, really?
So that'll add some color to the exhibit, so that'll be really fun.
And I feel like those things breed more than rabbits. Like they're having a lot of babies over there.
We had a baby last year, and Tulia is pregnant this year and could have a baby any time.
Yeah.
What we'll do is we'll only keep 4 long-term, and when ours gets to be a year old, we'll pass it on to another zoo.
Okay.
There's only about 800 left in the wild, and they're very rare. They are just a hardy animal, though. That 40 below 0 to 120 above with no problems being outside is kind of interesting. And they're very photogenic. They like people, and they like to come down and see you, so it's fun.
And
that's a really neat part of the zoo.
Absolutely free at the Blank Park Zoo.
The Learning Center, we ran 40,000 kids through our new Learning Center. In the winter next year, there'll be educational animals out on all weekends so people can come in and touch and do crafts. We will have, it's worth coming in the winter. We have the indoor viewing of penguin and tortoise, indoor viewing of rhino, indoor viewing of of the Discovery Center. So we have lots of opportunities, and we'll have animals in there also. So we hope to see more people in the weekends.
Yeah,
and
so
the
even
summer.
if by chance the weather's a little inclement, you can still go to the zoo and enjoy yourself. Because there's
Popcorn,
so many
hot
things,
chocolate, and things
so
going
many
on.
things inside that you can take advantage
You
of.
need to remember coming to not just summer, but next year.
There you go.
Africa, our new African exhibit opened about a year ago. It is a multi-species exhibit. We have the black rhino, which is one of the rarest animals in the world. The eastern black rhino only has about 800 animals left.
And they're getting a little more friendly.
And they're becoming more than brother and sister, and we hope that happens in the next year also. You know, the horns of the rhino we have young rhinos, and based on weight of the horns, they're worth probably about $500,000 between the two rhinos.
you
The
serious?
horns that they wear on the black market.
Jeez.
So that's what's causing them to be killed. They take it to Asia and grind it up into a drug that people take for
No reason.
aphrodisiac.
Keanu Ayana over here. Just
And you said
great
it's
animals.
basically the same stuff your fingernails.
Same
are
stuff
made
as your fingernails. They've tested it many times, and there's nothing in it that would cause anything to happen. It's just a thing that's gone on after generation in the Far East.
Yeah, Jackie and I went over there last time we came over, and it blew us away how advanced.
Well, you
it is.
continue to build upon it. It's one thing to have a new exhibit, but you guys continue to improve it year after year and adding new things. And I felt like I could get closer to the animals than I ever have
At
before.
the back end of the African exhibit, we put a fourth yard in that this summer will have Addicks antelope from Ethiopia and red hornbills running around in it. And then the Addicks really have huge sets of antlers, and the
Yeah,
hornbills.
the addicts are already there.
Yes,
Yeah.
there are
Yeah,
two
they're
of them
already
there, and
there. Yeah,
the
they're
male
already
just
there.
came, and they'll be out in the next week or two.
And of course, you have your favorites as well that you always look forward to
the pandas,
seeing.
and of course the giraffe are a hit for
Oh,
feeding,
love 'em.
etc. The flamingos. Everything's still there. We should be having, we think we might be having snow leopard babies, which would be a coup. They're very rare, and there's only 60 or 70 of those animals in North America. They could be 2 or 3. And
The oldest residents. of
Barnaby the
zoo.
tortoise, 90 years old, the only
Yeah.
original resident of the zoo. The snow leopards, when they do have cubs, we'll keep them inside a den for about 3 months, but we've wired the dens with high-def cameras, and we're going to hang a 50-inch screen in
cool.
and attach it to the internet. So if we
Here's
have
something else.
Wow.
It's amazing.
A
what
lot
the
of great
Blank Park
things,
Zoo
and
is
it's
doing.
happening right here in Des Moines.
right
No,
here.
we only have a couple minutes left
Okay.
here. We need to run down Memorial Day activities because something is going on every half hour?
Starting Memorial Day at the zoo, you can at 9:30 see penguin being fed and a demonstration. 10 o'clock is ostrich feeding. At 11 o'clock is giraffe feeding. Sea lion training demo. A gibbon keeper chat at 11:45. Macaque keeper chat at 2. Ostrich feeding again and giraffe feeding again. Then you have a lion training demo, which is really interesting,
Wow.
and a sea lion training demo. So if you come to the zoo, there's something to do other than just look at our exhibits every half hour.
That is
you can
great.
feed parakeets, etc.
All right, here are the hours of the Blank Park Zoo. All the details, all the information you need about the zoo. Blank Park
And don't
Zoo.
forget, next Wednesday, Zoo Brew starts.
Zoo
June.
Brew starting up. That's
There
our
you go.
favorite.
And we look forward to seeing
Thank
you
you
guys
for
there
letting
as
us be a
usual.
part of
Every
that.
week,
It's our
every week,
favorite.
man. Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
Thank
for having me.
you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
buddy.
guys.
very much.
We'll be right back. You're watching Great Day.
Thanks.